Hey gang, welcome back to Style Solutions. Today we're talking about how to fight a powerhouse. This is specifically talking about your Francis Ngannou situation where you have somebody who is significantly larger than you. They probably have a longer reach. They have enough technique to support their size, so they're not going to make stupid mistakes. And so entering into their range becomes extremely dangerous because they have a lot more room for error. You have zero room for error against somebody like this, whereas they have a lot of room for error. So we're talking about what you can do in a situation where you're fighting somebody who is significantly larger but has enough technique to make it so that you can't just do what you want and kind of pick them apart. They're not going to play that game. They're going to wait for you and knock your head off. So let's start breaking this down into some of the techniques that I think are the most effective for that situation. Okay guys, so to begin with, before I start, I do want to give a disclaimer that I have never fought somebody who is significantly larger than me in the kind of case study that we're talking about. We're talking about a Francis Ngannou, somebody who walks around at 290 and just throws bombs for days, right? I've never fought somebody like that. I've sparred against guys like that, but that's not the same thing as getting into a fight with these powerhouse guys who, if they catch you, man, your head's gone, right? It's gonna explode. So a lot of this is theoretical, based on fight footage. I'm basing a lot of this on the successes and failures against guys like Derek Lewis and most notably Francis Ngannou. So my strategy, generally speaking, and a lot of this applies in my sparring as well, but if you're talking about fighting one of these guys, the strategy in my mind basically breaks down to fatigue, attack their legs, and make them carry your weight, which is also another form of fatigue. So you want to have good solutions as well for if they decide to just kind of like really come after you. Because from the outside, when you look at the first two rounds of the Ciryl Gane fight, you can stay on the outside, throw it, and get out, right? They're going to have a hard time missing you. In fact, I want to encourage you to do that a lot because I want them to get hit, and by the time they throw back, you're gone, and they're swinging and missing. We want to make big guys miss a lot and swing constantly and hit air. It's very tiring to do so. So I want to stay on the outside a lot, right? Pop and get out, right? Pop and get out. Pop, get out, right? Using footwork, make them chase you, make them constantly come after you. What we want is, I like to do a lot of retreating as well, to make them constantly run around and spend a lot of time, kind of like almost make them run a few laps to wear them out. I really like that philosophy because it starts to wear them down, it starts to decrease their energy bar, which is really what we're looking at, especially early on in a fight. We want a lot of fatigue. We have zero room for error, so we have to do a lot to start bringing that down and even the odds a little bit. Simultaneously, I want to attack the legs a lot. Side kicks to the leg are particularly useful because they can stop that forward motion. So I can throw a jab back up as he comes forward, hit a side kick, circle, and make him chase me, jab, and get out. That type of stuff is wonderful. But even opportunities of leg kicks here, pop, is awesome. A lot of times when I attack, my attacks are going to be attack forward and back off, and then I'm going to switch it up with attack and breaking off to a 45. If I'm constantly attacking and coming back, it makes it very easy for him to identify which way I'm going to go and just start swinging and chasing me down. So I got to mix it up a little bit, right? Pop, pop, and then coming out this way. I'm never going to stay right here. I'm always going to throw and break off to an angle, right? Pop, pop, breaking off to an angle so I never sit in front of him. When I finish my attack, I never am staying there. But I want him to chase me and I want to attack his legs. What we're going to do is try to make him miss a lot, hurt his knees. Big guys often have terrible knees. So if we can fatigue him, make him chase me, and start attacking that knee, we can make it very hard for him to carry that weight and make it really easy for him to fatigue quickly. What we have to be most concerned with is there's going to come a point where he's going to go, enough is enough, and he's going to start swinging and he doesn't care. He's just going to swing. If you clock him, he doesn't care. He's going to take you down. All he's hoping is if he swings, he's going to catch. All he needs is one. Or in the case of Ciryl Gane, he just blasts him with his big double leg. It's not technical, but it's powerful, right? Lifts you up and drops you on the ground, that kind of stuff. Normally, when I get chased back like this and I'm hitting him and somebody's running me back, this is an opportunity. I usually like to go to a reactive shot. I'm not going to do that this time because I don't want to risk shooting and having 290 pounds on top of me, just going, nope. I'm not going to be able to pull in that leg. It's going to be hard to circle around. It's going to be hard to do things like peek out. I don't want to end up pulling him into a half guard or something like that. Screw that noise. I don't want to pull him into a guard at all. What I want instead is to make him carry my weight. So a lot of times as I do this, I'm going to jab, and as I start to come back, I'm going to clog the lanes, hoping he doesn't go for the body, to be totally honest. And I might throw something here to start getting his hips back so I can snap down his head. And I want to come on top and carry his weight. Let him carry my weight, rather. If you look at guys like Daniel Cormier, he was very good at this, making guys carry his weight from the front, bringing the head down, and just getting above the shoulders, make them carry his weight. And then if you look at the Stipe versus Ngannou fight, how he comes around the back and he starts getting on the hips, that's the type of stuff we're going to do. So I'm going to stay on the outside, I'm going to pick him apart. As he starts to chase me, I'm going to come in with like a front kick or something like that. Or I'm going to, if he comes forward with his head forward, I'm going to snap his head down and I'm going to get on top of him and make him carry my weight. First chance I get. Or if I can make him swing and miss, I'm going to come behind him and catch his back hips. I'm going to get the far side wrist control and I'm just going to ride those hips. I'm going to throw some punches, but mostly I'm going to make him carry my weight. That's my goal. If I can get to that position, I got him. All I gotta do is stay on top, make him carry my weight, start kicking out posts and stuff like that, threaten a lot of mat returns, frustrate him, constantly having to carry this weight, threatening mat returns, right? Even if I don't take him down, he's gonna expend a lot of energy while I do so. If he happens to shrug me off, okay, I reset and I go back to my game plan. I stay on the outside, pop, I attack the legs, I hit, and I circle out. If he comes forward, right? I want to be ready to get the hell out of there. I want him to chase me and I want him to miss a lot. I want him to swing and not connect with anything. And then when he does, I can come back on top, or he can swing and miss, and I can come on the top position. One of the things that you might also find useful is doing a lot of framing with a rollout and then circle around so that you're not standing in front of him. So if he comes forward with a big shot, I'm going to cover up, frame, roll out, and I'm going to circle, making him chase me, catch a shot, and circle, right? Catch a leg kick, and circle. I want to constantly make him run after me until he starts getting sloppy or these hands start dropping. Then it's my cue to start really turning it up on him. That's my solution. Like I said, this is mostly theoretical. I've sparred really big guys, but I haven't fought somebody that I'm concerned about. Every time I enter, this guy's gonna knock my head off the planet. It's a different thing, right? So it's kind of the same thing like when I spar guys who are giving me a lot of forward pressure and front kicking them in the belly. If I'm front kicking them in the midsection, I'm tapping them because they're my buddy. In a fight, I'm gonna blast them, right? It's a different experience, so they're not gonna be able to do what they normally do. Same kind of thing. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you share.